Today we're going to check out Retroid Pocket's brand new handheld device, the Retroid Pocket Nova. Unbox. In here there's a card with its detailed specifications in both English and Chinese. So if it's not clear for everyone, I'm going to put a more detailed image of it right here on the screen for all of you to take a good look at. Here's the console. Underneath, you'll find a quality certificate and also a C2C charging cable, conveniently included with the device. Let's take the handheld out. This one, as you can see, is a translucent white. The entire body of the device boasts this transparent design, truly giving it a strong sense of futuristic technology, wouldn't you agree? But I still think the purple one, or perhaps the retro style version, looks much better. Here are all its color options. There are quite a few, so you can see which one you like best. Selling price? Let's check it out. It has two configurations, 8 plus 1, 28, and 12 plus 1, 28. Let's check the D-pad feel. It has that consistent dome switch feel. It has a crisp feel and the directional accuracy is quite good. We can see the D-pad is made of a crystal-like material which offers a great texture. The A, B, X, Y buttons are also crafted from that very same crystal material. The button texture is on the inside, so the build quality is pretty nice. Conductive rubber. The joysticks here should be Hall effect joysticks, and they're surrounded by customizable RGB lighting effects. These are its 4 function buttons, select and start, and the others. This here is your home and back button. They're also made of that crystal material. The entire body has a fine matte finish. It's translucent, yet still matte. We can see the motherboard is a black one. Next, the speakers are on the left and right with front grills. Check the top. Shoulder buttons, micro switches. They can be pressed from any position. And up top, there's also anti-wobble. Triggers. Trigger travel is quite long. See? There's anti-wobble. Hey, this time around, we see that it has added M1 and M2 expansion buttons. Its power on/off button is located right here, and then we have the volume up and down controls. The air vent, it actually has active cooling. Now, let's examine the back. Here's its air intake and the Retroid Pocket logo. It boasts a 5000 mAh battery with 27 watt fast charging. You can also see the cooling fins right here. Later on, we'll take it apart to see the internal situation. Similarly, as you can all see here, its vibrator is an HD vibration motor, not merely a conventional rotor, which is quite an upgrade. See bottom. Bottom, 3.5mm headphone jack. TF card expansion up to 2 TB. This is its Type-C port. It's not centered, a bit to the left. The center would be right here. The screen bezel is only gray when the device body and the screen's black border are the same. Other colors have this black border. The bezel's width is uniform on these 3 sides, yet it's noticeably a bit wider at the bottom, which you should be able to clearly see from the reflection. The screen size is 4.5 inches. It has a high refresh rate and uses OLED material. We'll check its screen dimming in a bit. Retroid logo. See how this one doesn't have a grip, right? The back is flat. Actually, there's also another version available with an ergonomic grip on the back, which is an option you can choose. Let's do a size comparison with some other similarly sized handhelds. Below, we have the Anbernic RG477M. It's 4.5 inches, while that one is 4.7 inches. The bezel of an OLED screen is narrower than that of an LCD. Up top, you can compare them side by side to really see the difference. And its wide bottom bezel is about the same as the bezel on the 477M below it. The device's body isn't entirely sharp angles. The left and right sides are actually a bit softer and curved, making it more comfortable to hold in your hands. Alright, let's check its weight. The entire device is constructed from plastic material throughout. The device weighs 256 grams. This is the metal body 477M at 366 grams. In the AnTuTu benchmark, it scored over 1.68 million. Its processor is a QTI QCS8550. It's a Qualcomm, or rather a Snapdragon processor. It's actually the baseband stripped version of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Right now the shutter speed is at 1/4000th, and let's adjust the brightness. First, let's take a look at the 120Hz refresh rate display. We'll check it out. Below about 40%, it's PWM, and above that, it's DC dimming. Here, we'll adjust it back to 60 Hz and see the difference it makes. Below 40% is PWM. Above, it's the same DC. Next, let's check out its gaming performance. First, let's take a look at the PC emulation. This is Resident Evil G PC. The frame rate's at the bottom, so keep an eye on it. The fan is currently set to smart mode, and the performance mode is adjusted to high performance. You basically can't hear the fan noise while running the game. Nova's fan noise is well controlled. Let's move around a bit. You can clearly see that the game is basically running stably at 60 frames per second. This is PC emulation, no frame drops. Settings let you boost picture quality even more. Regarding performance, for instance, we could disable the frame rate cap, allowing it to truly push its limits and achieve an even higher output. You can see the frame rate is already over 100, 109, 108 frames. The frame rate is a bit unstable, so I think locking it at 60 is better. This feature will also give you a higher frame rate. For instance, maxed out, the frame rate will also hit over 100. Let's use a device to specifically measure its fan noise. Ambient noise is about 36. While the game's running, it's roughly 42 decibels. The fan noise control is excellent. Looking at the left side of the screen, you can see the temperature is somewhat higher, approximately 40 degrees Celsius. The grip area, where our hands touch, feels cool, around 30 degrees. Let's look at this side. The grip area here is also cool, but the screen is still a bit warmer. Now, taking a look at the back, the extensive cooling fins are extremely effective at radiating all that heat away, reaching around 40 plus degrees, ensuring the heat is efficiently conducted outwards. This whole area around the fan is about 40 degrees. Looking at the back, both grip areas are not hot. They are actually at room temperature. Color and background match. Alright, let's take a look at God of War 2 on PS2. The screen is 4:3, which is perfect for playing PS2 games. It's got a 960p resolution, 4x native, and absolutely no downclocking whatsoever. Oh, big scene. Everyone, please take a moment to look at the frame rate in the upper right corner. Quad native is still silky smooth. I'll turn off the sound so everyone can truly feel the vibration. I'll place it on the tabletop so you can get a really good sense of it. The motor is definitely a linear vibration motor. Valkyrie Profile 2 is 3.5 times native, no downclocking. Let's walk around a bit. And the frame rate is consistently at a full 60 frames per second, ensuring absolute fluidity in gameplay. Pretty smooth. Shadow of the Colossus has no downclocking. Graphics are 3.5 times native. Let's move. In the top right corner, 60 frames. Let's ride. And it is performing really well, quite smoothly I might add. It's great! 3.5x is playable. Of course, God of War PSP needs a test run. This is 10x PSP. Check the frame rate upright. It's 10x PSP resolution. It's just as smooth, still hitting 60 frames. Sound off, listen to its fan's heat dissipation. This fan's cooling is actually quite good, the noise. This is Contra. Let's check the practical directional accuracy. Alright, let's take a good look. Diagonally down. Dome switch has great directionality, no cross input. Then, fighting games. Elastic, comfy for fighting games. But this dome switch isn't overly stiff at all. The tactile feel is actually quite impressive and comfortable. At 780 by 960 and 120 Hz refresh, the average input delay is around 15, and the average takeover time is about 4. Here, I've integrated the previous expansion screen, envisioning it would transform this device into a perfectly comfortable handheld for 3DS emulation. But as we can see, there are still compatibility issues. This is an engineering sample, and its screen orientation is currently problematic. You see, the directions are different. The screen's direction is also quite different, and this simply cannot be corrected. The previous RP6 expansion worked fine, so we'll wait for its OTA update. Finally, let's open it up and take a look at the internal build quality. Actually, you can already tell from here. Alright, with the back cover now open, we can see inside. Both the left and right sides are covered by this protective plastic. And here are its cooling fins and fan. The fan has a lot of blades, which might be why it's so quiet. And underneath that, we've got its linear vibration motor here. The battery is a 5000 mAh capacity. So what about the internal build quality? How does it look? Finally, to wrap up this video, let's take a moment to thoroughly evaluate its sound quality performance. For a handheld of this size, since the speakers are front-facing, the sound quality we're hearing is actually pretty good. Finally, let's wrap things up. Looking at its screen, it's a 4.5-inch, high refresh rate OLED. The bezels are quite narrow, though the bottom one is a bit wider, which might bother some people. And the most exceptional aspect of the entire device's performance is how incredibly well its fan noise is controlled. We disassembled it, revealing numerous internal fan fins. The internal workmanship, as you can see, is quite good. There's just no 256GB option available. And that could very well be because the cost of storage has recently seen a significant increase. And we see that the shoulder buttons are expansion keys, but you'd need larger hands or have to shift your grip upwards to easily touch these M1 and M2 buttons. They're a bit far from the shoulder buttons. I think a tiered, slightly raised design would improve the feel. It's like those old shoulder buttons that were all lined up in a single row. With this design, if we were to try and touch the power button, there's a good chance we might accidentally press it. And there's also the 3DS extended screen compatibility issue for 3DS games. I hope they hurry up and get that adapted as soon as possible. Currently, the engineering sample doesn't have it working yet. Finally, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the Nova, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you thought this video was pretty good, please give it a like to show your support. Wishing you all happiness every day, this is 1G Shay.